4 red flags that you should stop ignoring. Hello ladies, thanks for tuning in. Before we start, please like and subscribe, and don't forget that you can have free chapters of my femininity guide by checking the link in my description box. And by the way, soon you'll be able to watch my free webinar where I teach you how to get into commit. So yeah, all you have to do is join my mailing list, and as soon as it will be live, you'll be able to watch it. So today I want to talk about the red flags that you should not ignore. One thing that shows that he lost interest in you and is now looking for another woman is when he stops liking your pics on social media. Okay, I know that social media isn't that important, and personally, like, I don't post my personal life on social media, but on that point I noticed that this was a huge red flag, and this is a way for you to know that a man lost interest, especially when words of affirmation is your love language. So at the initial stage, the man wants to let you know that you are beautiful and pretty without being too direct, right? So what he will do is, like, he will like your pics and all of that, but at some point when he will lose interest and he will start wanting a new woman, he will stop liking your pics, but you will see him liking the pics of other women. So sometimes those men will even, scroll down until they see the pics of that other woman from 2015 when we are in 2022. They go as far to make that new girl understand that they find them extremely attractive. So when they stop doing it to you, it means that it's over. Another red flag that many women let slide is when the man says that he's separated but not divorced, but they are about to do it, but they still live together. Okay, this is a red flag, because in many cases they aren't divorced and he's still with that girl, okay, well, with his wife. So yeah, if a man tells you we still live together, we are separated but not divorced, do not date him. Okay, when you will be officially divorced and you see the divorce papers, then in that case he'll be able to call you and take you on proper dates and then commit to you. Okay, the next red flag I want you to pay attention to is when he bought the house, your name isn't on it, but is asking you to pay for the rent. So there are many red flags here in this situation, because first of all, if you guys aren't married or at least engaged, like really engaged, when it's not just about him saying one day we'll get married, it's really when he came with a ring and you have a date for the wedding. This is what I call engaged. So yeah, if you don't have that but he's asking you to move in with him, say no. Okay, you should not be moving in with a guy if you guys aren't married. This is the second one. This is the thing that I want you to pay attention to. And also, him asking you to pay for the rent is another red flag, because if you are married, you have nothing to pay, and he's the one who asked you to get married, right? So it means that he's ready for marriage, and a man who is ready for marriage knows that the feminine has nothing to pay. This is the other point that I want to make here. And also, him asking his wife to pay part of the rent when he's the owner of the house and her name isn't on it is a huge red flag, because right now you're paying his mortgage, you see. And I remember talking about it on a reel already, and some men left some comments to say, well, if you are not married, you're paying. And you see, men know that a wife has some privileges that a girlfriend doesn't have. So you see, if he's asking you to pay, it means that he doesn't think that you are his wife, because a wife doesn't pay. And the other red flag that I want you to pay attention to is him constantly saying no to sex. I want to explain this point better. I know that we aren't a machine, and sometimes we want sex, sometimes we don't, which is totally fine. But my point is, some men have a porn addiction, so they will be turned on by the movies, but they will be turned off by a real person, because now their brain is totally messed up and their hormones are totally messed up. So they need to see things that are extremely trashy and extremely visually stimulated to want to have sex, which is something that you can't provide as a normal person, because what they see in movies, in adult movies, is fantasies, and no one is like that in real life, right? But since their brain is not messed up, they will be only turned on by those images. This is why they say no to sex to you. Okay, so pay attention to that. And the other thing, sometimes when they always say no to sex, even when you're doing everything, and that's actually the issue, you're doing everything and sometimes it's because you initiated the relationship, so you never let him the chance to chase you. So you need to understand that for men, sex is not just about sex, it's also about power. So when you chased him and you initiated with him, you made him understand that he had nothing to do to have you. And when you had to initiate with him, many times it's because you were not his real type, and this is something that you need to accept. Okay, you aren't everyone's type. So when you feel like you need to initiate with the guy, consider that it's already over and it won't work. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of those red flags, and let me know any additional red flag we may need to pay attention to so that we can protect one another. I will see you next time. Bye bye.